KRDO News Channel 13. The news starts right now.
Good evening and thanks for choosing KRDO News Channel 13 at 5 o'clock. I'm Angelica Lombardi. It's been another nice day across southern Colorado. Let's take a live look outside now in Pueblo. Thanks to our Viera wireless camera network, you can see a beautiful evening out there. This is actually along I-25 and Motor City right now. A lot of people enjoying this weather, but how long will it last? Let's check in now with Storm Tracker 13 meteorologist Nick Carter. Nick.
Yes, Angelica, well, the mild weather is going to continue, but wild weather is going to be approaching our high country before long. Take a look at this satellite time lapse of the western U.S. Here's Colorado, and here's the west coast, and you notice there's a lot of moisture moving onshore. That's a deep, low-pressure system. It's going to bring a lot of rain to northern California, snow in their high country, and across our state, we're actually going to be getting some snow as early as tomorrow afternoon. But for the eastern plains, it means something altogether different. I'll talk about that. Right now, our time lapse showing mostly clear skies here in the southeast. We had those real high clouds earlier today. Those clouds peeling back. We still have temperatures in the mid-50s to low 60s. Consider the average high temperature for this time of year is only about 43 for Colorado Springs. We're at 54. And Pueblo's current temperature at 62, 50 in Walsenburg, 58 in Trinidad. It's even above freezing in Leadville at 35 degrees. Now, the big story that we're going to be following over the next couple of days is the wind. Gentle southerly breeze kept us nice and mild, but it's going to get a lot stronger, and some heavy snow is approaching the high country. Live picture from Manitou Springs looked real nice. Warm days ahead, you betcha, for this whole week. Very windy tomorrow with some serious wind gusts, and mountain snow is headed our way. We'll cover all the bases with our Storm Tracker 13 forecast in just a few.
All right, thank you, Nick. Now to developing news out of Pueblo. A man is dead after an officer-involved shooting near the state fairgrounds in Pueblo. It happened at Small and Acero around 12:30 this morning. That's where we find KRDO News Channel 13's Colleen Sakura. She's live tonight. And Colleen, what can you tell us so far?
Angelica, police came to this area to find a wanted person, and they found a car parked across the street on Small Avenue. That car backed into a police vehicle, pulled forward, hit another car, and then aimed his car at officers. At that point, officers shot at the man, and he was pronounced dead at the scene. Pueblo police say the call to fire their weapons is not an easy call to make.
I've been there myself from time to time, and it's something that your training and experience just kicks in, and you react as best you can under the circumstances.
Police were called to this area almost 2 hours prior to the officer-involved shooting last night for a call that resulted in a stolen vehicle being found. It's unclear at this point if the two calls are related. Coming up on KRDO News Channel 13 at 10, hear from neighbors in the area about what they think of last night's incident. Live in Pueblo, Colleen Sakura, KRDO News Channel 13.
Colleen, thank you. The Colorado Springs Police Department announced today that no one will be charged in an auto pedestrian accident after determining that the pedestrian was not walking in a crosswalk. The incident happened at about 11 o'clock last night at North Academy and Woodman. The pedestrian was taken to a local hospital with serious but non-life-threatening injuries. A Colorado Springs police officer is recovering after getting slammed by a pickup truck. Take a look. The accident happened at the intersection of Pikes Peak and Nevada. The officer was sent to the hospital with minor injuries. No one in the truck was injured, but the driver, who was 22-year-old Whitney Huskin, was evaluated for DUI. Surveillance video captures a man vandalizing a synagogue in Chicago. It happened early in the morning yesterday. The suspect broke the windows of the building and placed swastikas at the entrance. No injuries were reported, but one synagogue member says other members were afraid.
Some fear and concern for ourselves and for not just for Jewish people, but for anyone who is a minority and may be hurt by others.
Chicago police are investigating the incident as a hate crime. Florida police say an 8-year-old boy is behind the accidental shooting death of his younger sister and injuring his brother. The grandmother of two shooting victims was distraught as she learned about Saturday's tragic accident.
It's a bad situation just all the way around. The whole thing is horrible. The whole situation is horrible. You know, I mean, I feel for everybody in it.
The family says 5-year-old Serenity Allen was killed and her 4-year-old brother was injured when the bullet struck them both. Police say the gun was fired by their 8-year-old brother. The children had no adult supervision as their mom was at the store at the time. It's unclear if the parents or anyone else will be facing any charges. Looking ahead to a story you'll only see here on KRDO News Channel 13. Starting tomorrow night, we will be airing a special series on a controversial gun control law passed in Colorado 4 years ago. House Bill 1229 required background checks for all private sale purchases outside of gun stores and gun shows.